Hello everyone, welcome to day 227 of playing chess every day for you. Let's find the game. We're playing against knight to f3, I'll play d5, and we get this gambit here. And I guess if I take here, they go back and maybe strike the center. I've never played against this and I've never seen this. Moves like c6 look nice here. But I'll go ahead and take. I've never played against this before. And I guess they're going to try and either sacrifice. I'll play knight to f6 here. They go ahead and push. I'll take. The bishop takes, but the bishop is pinned. To the queen. I'll just develop here with knight to c6. They go ahead and castle. I'll play e5. It's the most natural move. I could go ahead and push now. I could go ahead and try to hit the bishop. I'll just develop slowly here. I could try and hit the rook. Yeah, so I'm seeing that this move would hit the rook. And they'd have to block with their bishop. And here if they push, yeah, I'd really like to go ahead and hit the bishop here. I'll actually bring my knight forward because this now threatens queen to d4, which threatens the rook. They sacrifice a pawn, but I'm not really worried here. Well, they do hit my rook now, and my king is quite weak. The problem with playing queen up is that they have a check against my king. But I'll go ahead and play queen up anyway. And I guess here I could have already taken this bishop. Because, well, then the queen would take, and this wouldn't be so good for me. So I guess it's better this way. They do have this check, but then I just block with my king. If they give this check, I also block with my pawn, and I'm completely fine. They go ahead and hit my knight, but now I can just take the light squared bishop and then take the rook. Rook over is a good move, hitting my bishop, or hitting my pawn, which would come with a check. Bishop to d6 protects. Also knight forward is possible, but I don't think knight forward is a good move. I'll just play bishop to d6. They can push, to be honest now. They could push their pawn. And then I would be forced to bring my knight forward. They do push. I can't take. If they take, I take, the rook takes. I have to defend this. I could just jump back with my bishop. Jump back with my knight, sorry. That's a good way to defend. It does completely block in my bishop though, which I completely dislike. And queen up here allows them knight moves, but queen up here, if the knight moves anywhere, it can't hit my queen or anything. Yeah, queen up here is a not a safe move, but knight back, it just feels so bad for my position because of where my bishop is, blocking my king. Honestly, I could allow them to take, but allowing them to take would walk into a fork. I could slide my queen over and then jump my knight forward, but that isn't so good. I think knight back could be the best move, and this is such a terrible move to have to play. The queen comes in to threaten checkmate. This is mate. I have to stop it. I mean, knight over. Knight over just allows them to take and I lose a piece with a check. I could drop back with my bishop. But that doesn't stop mate. This is a terrible position now. I have to develop my bishop. Yeah, they just win a piece here. I have to give the bishop. But they have to be very careful because of I could have back rank mate. They give the check and then now I need to run. I need to run to a square where my king can't be checked. Again. King to f8. King to f8, there are no queen checks. And obviously, right now, I'm attacking their back rank, they have to be very careful. Their only defensive move after I give a check, the only move that works is queen to d1, blocking. Well, rook back also works. My king is in a terrible situation. The knight jumps forward, but this is a move that I feel like is not very good because of this check. And if they choose to block with their rook, blocking with their rook is actually the only move they have. Rook back to e1 is the only move that works here. And they found it. So now the rook is pinned. The best move I have here now, my knight is hanging. And queen to d4 seems very good. But the problem is, I'm about to lose the checkmate. Because queen to d4, the knight takes. And if I recapture, the queen takes. And that's almost checkmate. Yeah, it's checkmate. I'm completely losing here. Giving my queen just loses the game also. Although queen to d4 is good, I really can't defend myself here. If the knight takes, I have to recapture and the queen takes. My king is completely lost. The king would only have one square and then the queen comes in for checkmate. It's a terrible position. And I can't even hold on to the knight. Very, very bad position. I could unpin myself by moving my king, but it's too late either way. Giving my queen would make sure the game goes on, but they'd have 2 knights and a queen around my king. So I'll just play queen to d4. And I guess taking that bishop would threaten checkmate, so... And 2 of their pieces are hanging here. The best move that I see that they have here is bishop to c3. I can't take the bishop. If I take the knight, they can take here. Bishop to c3 I think is the best that they have. And then I'll have to take the knight. Well, they find a really, really nice move. They find knight takes c7. The reason this move is so good is because now they threaten mate on e8. So if I take the bishop, this is mate. I can't take with my knight because it's pinned. So I actually have to play bishop to d7 here before I make any other move. They found a fantastic move. But now the bishop is still hanging. They could just move their bishop. And they do. Now I can't even go to d2 to hit the rook, which is very, very annoying. I can slide back to hit the knight. But I have to keep protecting this. One move that I have here is rook down here. They take my queen, it's mate, so... But then that just loses my queen. Rook over, the knight takes. I can't take the bishop. Rook over. They can literally just take with their knight. And I still lose my queen is still hanging there. I think I'll just play queen down here. They just take my rook and that's completely fine. I'll go ahead and tempo the queen. Queen over is a good move. I'm just threatening mate, I think, on... or almost threatening mate on c8. I always have a block with my knight though. So I'd be fine. I have some moves, so I have queen to d5. They're coming into my back rank and it looks very dangerous. If I slide forward, they can come in. That looks very dangerous, but I don't really see any good moves that I have here. I could push and try to hit the knight. They have this move to hit my queen and to pin it to my king. They just have a check now. It is protected, but I'm down to 4 minutes. They give the check, but I can block with my knight here. I could block with my bishop. Blocking with the knight makes more sense. Queen to d5 and threatening to take. And if they block, I have a check. Queen to d5 is definitely my next move. They could just go back to defend though. The knight jumps in and that's a good move. Adding an attacker. And now I can't even slide my queen over. I mean, all I can do is this. Queen to g6 doesn't even work to threaten mate and to defend because of the knight. This is such a terrible position, man. It's so bad. It's such a bad position. I can't even defend my knight properly. The only move is this. And here they can just take with the rook. And I have to take. I'm not even threatening mate. They go ahead and just simplify and that's fair. I'll go ahead and resign here. Let's look at this game. They played with a 61.9 and I played with a 49. So we both played terribly this game. It's best to play bishop to f5. This is just a blunder if I just take the knight, because I can always save my king and defend myself. I actually choose not to, which is a terrible move. I should have just taken the piece. They'd have a check and dangerous moves after, which is why they gave the knight. But I played queen to d4. And so I guess that taking the bishop here with the knight is a great, brilliant move, because now their rook and their knight are hanging. I should have actually tempered their queen here. I'm not sure why. I'm really not sure why. The queen can just move. These moves were okay. This is a blunder with the bishop because they can just push. And I missed that. And knight to d7 is a terrible move. Because although I'm defending this, I'm just blocking my own bishop from ever moving. And I lose material here. I'm completely losing now. They're lucky that they had this rook back move because their back rank was very weak the entire game. Queen to d4 is a mistake. Yeah, and here I'm just completely lost. Not much I can do. It was a very weird opening and a very weird game that we both played. Many blunders this game, many bad moves. Very strange game. But either way, that'll be it for today, guys. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you tomorrow.